And hello to all my Libra friends. I would like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for February 2022. Now, today they've lined up for you a storyline spread. It casts a very wide net across all the different Libras. It allows me to be extremely accurate because it's like a bunch of little readings all in one. We're looking at different stories for different Libras, going through different things in their lives. So it's going to be very interesting to see what story is right for you. And I've had people say that sometimes multiple stories will resonate with them, and that's okay if it does, but it's really all about finding the one. So we're going to find what story is for you, and they've asked that I do no extra at the end to conclude your reading, and usually when that happens, it's because there's a lot in the main spread, which in this case is the storyline. So we're going to get started on that right now. The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save time. I'm going to bring you in right now so you can watch. Go ahead and hit the like button and build up the energy in here if you're ready to have a great February. And we are on. So what I'm doing now are my ritual cuts. I like to do this live and on camera. Basically cuts the deck into 3 different pieces, puts it back together in a separate order, and then it's ready to run. That satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. Do that with both decks here. And then they're ready to go. So here we go with the storyline. For my Libras, I always start with 5 cards and expand out as I need to from there. So there's your base 5. We are going to need more cards than that. Have a lot blocked too. We're going to address that also. Just looking at how I'm lining up here. I moved the camera a little higher so in an attempt to show more of the table. There's my end. Interesting that they ended right there. We do have a lot inverted, like I said, 2/3 of them are, so in that case we do need to do a discard to see if we upright them all or leave them the way they are. Sometimes Spirit actually wants them blocked. So there's my discard, and that is also inverted. Show you there, inverted. So we are going to upright everybody. And I'm going to do my pairings now. We have 4 different stories. These 2 are going to be standalone. Okay, so this is going to how it's going to look. This is your main group. Get rid of my discard. I think everything is in view. There's your main group. This is what I want you to see the most. Now here, since I've already done that, the inverts here won't matter. I won't try to upright them or change them whatsoever. It's just going to be read the way it is. So let's get some extra cards. This is where my table fills up. It's very common in a storyline spread. I will move the camera around so you guys can see everything very clearly. So let me just make a mess first. Four different stories. Okay. And then I just need an angel card for every single story. A little bit more detail. Okay. I think everything is ready. Let me attempt to show you it all. See what's on view first. Okay, we have one story here. One here. I think those 2 are pretty good in view. We got up here, you can see this guy with healthy lifestyle popping in. We'll talk about that. And then our last story all the way on the side. I don't think I'm going to be able to move the camera that way. There we go. That's probably as good as we're going to get. Here's the last story. That's where we'll conclude. So let's get to work, Libra. There we go. All right. I'm going to start. I'm going to start at the top. There we go. We're starting with a brand new journey. This is for my Libras that are on a brand new journey, usually in regards to health. Like I told you, that healthy lifestyle card jumped in there. So basically, this has something to do with diet. Getting more sleep. Usually it's exercise or diet related though. Okay, so getting your health optimal, usually physical health. A lot of you are on a brand new journey with doing something like that. If you're not, it's quite okay. Probably just on a different story. But for my story, for my Libras here that are in story 1, this is a brand new journey. They want to bring up a couple factors here that are important. either advice or ways to direct you here. We have a lack of authority in the love corner, so this is coming up as they really need you to put your foot down. So this is health beyond just physical health. This is also emotional health coming in here. A lot of you really need to get your love corner under control. This is it's almost like for some of you, there are some legal things coming in here. I'm going to just jump ahead to my Justice card. I have the Justice card coming in inverted. This is saying that some legal things are coming, perhaps, or it's blocked because the timing's not here yet, but they want you to start considering this. And this can also be legal agreements, contracts, anything you put your name on, any kind of court stuff, documents, all that stuff comes in. It's coming in blocked, but it's bringing it up to make you aware of this because they don't want you to be blindsided by this. And since we had going back to nurture the love corner, this is affecting some of your physical bodies is what they're showing here. It's affecting your physical health, and we don't want that to happen. So you need to get this love corner under control. And this love corner is not just your relationship partner. What if you're single, right? Well, your love corner is basically your family. Another word for the love corner would be the family corner and the close friends corner, basically family. Your close friends are your family for most people. So this needs to get under control. This is either people are controlling you and pushing you in directions that you don't necessarily want to go in, or maybe they're pushing you to be unhealthy. Maybe it's all kind of intertwined with the health thing in a different way than what I'm reading. But all these things are coming up here in story number 1. We go back to the journey at the very beginning. It's not a time to take risks. It's time to play it a little bit safe here with the Fool card because he is on a brand new journey. It's exciting. The scenery is beautiful. He's walking along the edge of a nice, beautiful cliff. The issue is that you don't want to lose your footing. You don't want to slip off this cliff and go tumbling down, and crash, basically it. So not a time for risks, Take your steps, step, step, step. Make sure they're very safe and cautious. There's story number 1. Interesting story, and that may be just for a few of you, really. I mean, it's probably one of my more rare stories, but I have to give it all to you. Story number 2 here. Libra, they bring in really nurturing your mindset. They show my Libras have done such a good job of that. Such a good job. Good to see. Good to see, Libras. You're really working on your mindset or your mental health here, or just your decision making, being very clear about what you want in life and getting it, going after it. They show some of you have gone through or still have stuff eking in here in February. They bring in my 9 of Swords here. This is my sickness card, and it is vague. It doesn't describe exactly if this is like a mental sickness up here, if you're just going through a lot of anxiety and stress and worries and all these things, because it certainly can be that. Anytime we have swords, it's up here. It's cerebral, it's mental. Sometimes it's illusionary. Sometimes the things we worry about aren't even real or here yet. But this can also be physical sickness too. I've seen it come up as that quite often. So there is a potential for that in the month of February for my people here in story 2. I can probably the best advice I can give you is just try to be proactive about it. If you start feeling a little funny, start vitamin up, get your A, B, C, D, zinc going, all that kind of stuff. Try to get out in front of it if you're feeling a little funny. But like I said, this could have nothing to do with that kind of sickness at all. It could be all up here. They show sensitivity, so they're letting me know that my Libras are going to be extremely, extremely sensitive in February. And I feel like I just read this for January too, so it may be a carryover, or maybe I'm confusing signs. But if I've told you this before, it is a carryover, and it feels to me like this has happened before. So it's almost just like very, very, very sensitive to the energies going on right now. Also your emotions, so make sure that you honor those emotions. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to other humans too, even the ones that don't necessarily deserve it. Just be the bigger person. But also, like I said, make sure you take care of yourself. That's really the key. Starts there. We have the Star card coming in here. So this is wish fulfillment. This is also fate stuff that is just due to you. Reaching goals, stuff that is coming to you. They show a very good social camaraderie here. This is either going out with friends, spending more time with close friends and people you care about. Could be family also. It's just a good going out vibe. Very well balanced for your emotional center coming in here. There is a level of discontent, and it's not so much that It could just be boredom to a point, like you want something to get excited about, or you're just, things aren't exactly the way you envisioned that it was going to go. They want you to find something here to get excited about. So start thinking what that could be. It's so hard to pinpoint in a general reading. This can be a million different things for a million different people. But hobbies and interests are the first thing that pop in my head, first kind of spark that I got there. Hobbies, interests, things you care about, things that you're passionate about, something you could do there to get interested more in the direction that your life is taking here in story 2. So very good. Be kind to yourself. Let's get into story 3 over here. We have the birth card here in the Empress, so it is a very, very fertile, feminine month. That goes back to the sensitivity card that I just did for story 2 here. So story 3, you can see kind of the correlation. You can see how these are lining up. And this is what happens in general readings. And this is why that general readings can actually be accurate. But here in story 2, this is more feminine energy, lighter energy. Activities such as, yoga, gardening, things that are less physical and more kind of beautiful. That comes up very strong. Also, like I said, fertility and birth. If that's something that you're trying to do, keep in mind it's very strong. If it's something that you're not trying to do, keep in mind it's very strong in February. So act accordingly. We have fast traveling news coming in. That is usually about somebody you care about. Here I have beloved one. This could also be. I use the Empress card for. The Empress card is extremely hard to read. Let's just get it out there. Very, very hard to read because it has a lot of different definitions, a lot of different meanings. It represents a lot of things. So the context of this is huge. They're giving me beloved one for my angel card. So this is like somebody that you really care about, almost like a soulmate relationship, or even could be somebody who's passed on that you were very close with. I use the Empress card for deceased females when I do my messages from heaven spread. So this could very well be a deceased female coming in and giving you a message here. Now, this fast traveling news that comes in, this is usually something that it's not expected. This is something that is here today. Yesterday it wasn't here. So it's something like that you just find out like, oh, I got to take care of this like right now. So it doesn't mean if it's good or bad. It's just saying it's fast. So fast energy comes in here for February story 3. We have learning from old cycles, old lessons. They're saying that you guys struggle really hard with this here, Libra, in story 3. But it is coming in February, just be aware of that. We have a ceremony, or this could be a wedding or an event, or just usually something fun. It's coming in blocked, so it's either not here yet, or it's coming soon, or this could also be like going to something very, very fun and enjoyable, like a birthday party, like a museum, like a concert, all that kind of stuff. It's coming in even though it's coming in blocked. That's usually just letting you know, coming in later, it's coming in at a later time. So that could be part of that fast traveling news too. It could be like, oh, this band is coming to town, like, you got to get your tickets or, something like that. So that is pretty much story number 3. Before I get into your story 4, your last story, that one that I saved for last, the big one, it is good that I tell you about your moon cycles, because that's going to be very congruent to a lot of these stories. I like to give you guys the moon cycle forecast every single month so you know what's coming. We have the new moon coming in on February 1. 1st of February, when most people are checking out these videos, that's the best time to bring anything brand new into your life. Like we talked about, that healthy lifestyle and getting the diet right and sleep and activities right. Anything you want to bring in new to your life doesn't have to be that. It could be brand new love if you're working on bringing in, meeting a good partner for you. Or let's say work. You're trying to bring in new work. All that stuff much better placed at the beginning of February. Also the end of February, because we have March new moon energy coming in toward the end of February. The middle of the month. Not so much, guys, not so much. The middle of the month is your full moon energy. That comes in on February 16th. That's when that peaks. Now, that has a purpose, too. It's just a very different purpose. That is the garbage truck of the universe. That's what I call it. That's when you want to get something out of your life that doesn't fit anymore. You want to get rid of it. Just bring it out to the road. Let the garbage men take it away. That's what the full moon does. So basically, anything you need to get out of your life. For some of you, it could be people. Toxicity. Toxic people need to go. You got to purge some people out of your life. Middle of the month, much better placed. Let's say bad habits, emotional baggage, even some stuff. Let's say you got to sell some old stuff that you've been meaning to sell for a while. Much better placed middle of the month. Now, you can do this stuff anytime, but it works better if you go with the currents, just like swimming or rowing a boat or walking uphill versus downhill. You go with the forces that are already there. Things just flow much easier. So there are your moon cycles. Now let's get into your fourth story. Fourth story, Libra, is going to mostly be for, I was going to say mostly for my couples, but they're stopping and they're hesitating on that a little bit for me. So they're letting me know that this is not just for couples. It is a target point here because it certainly could be about my couples, as far as if I'm talking to my Libra couples here, they want this message to be for both of you. For my single Libras, this message perhaps could be for you, and what they're saying here is they want you to attach it to somebody else also. They want you to consider who this could also be about. Usually it's a family member or a close friend. Just somebody that's close to you. Could even be a work colleague, they're letting me know. We have good growth here, we have good money, we have good things moving around, and we have more freedom coming in too in this story. So this is incredibly vague, just throwing it out there, being completely honest with you. But they, because they didn't give me any specifics on where to attach this, because I have Pentacles, I have Swords, and I have the Lovers. So it's kind of like all the different categories all in one. I don't have like a point to actually place it to, but we have good growth. So it's a really good time to either invest or move capital into something that is that you're trying to grow. Anything that you're trying to grow, I would really push this hard for in February, because that just they didn't bring the sun card in, but it's what it makes me feel. It's like the sunlight is good for growth, here. So this is the plant growing up, and whatever you're trying to do to grow, whether it's, a hobby or interest of yours that we talked about getting interested in, or whether this is a business of yours or something that you're just, whatever it is that you're trying to grow in your life. Maybe you're just trying to work on yourself and expand your spirituality or whatever. February is such a good month for growth for my Libras here. They do show more mobility here. I have the Ten of Swords inverted. This shows getting over some kind of being tied down here. This could be being tied down in love, being extremely tied up in work, being tied down in your day-to-day life, or in your own head even. This is very like rehab. This is like the beautiful unwinding of now you're free. Now you're free to move about. So what are you going to do with that freedom? That's really what it's all about here. And that's for you to decide. I do have the Patience card here, so they're letting me know to tell you that your dreams are blooming. They're coming here. You just got to be patient. And it's hard to be patient sometimes. We are such a instant gratification community of social life people here. We want the Amazon one-day deliveries, and we want things right now. We don't want to wait for nothing, but these need growth. Here in story 4 specifically, because they did use the word nurturing again here for me. So nurture, growth, same thing. Needs growth, needs patience. You need to keep watering the plant here. You can't just neglect it or take a break from it and expect it to grow. So whatever it is that you're trying to grow here, Libras, I would suggest and I would advise that you use February to really push this growth. Whatever kind of growth it is, whatever kind of story you've attached to here, even if it's not story 4, growth seems like a very good capability here, because we have that in the healthy lifestyle card also, in different places, about things having momentum, things that are, coming to you versus your choices. So very good things to see there. I can see this has been a large spread, so I can see why they wanted no extra here. And that's usually how it works, Libra. So that is going to conclude your entire spread. I want to thank you so much for joining. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future videos. I do these every single month. Also sign up for the newsletter. It's at the very bottom of my website, scottsagent.com. That'll give you the updates once a month. I only send one email a month. It gives you a promo code, save money on readings, and the updates, good stuff there. Also, like the Facebook page. I give away readings on Facebook every single month, so that is a no-brainer also. So do those things. I will see you guys soon. Take care, have a great February, and I will see you soon.